Hey, this is Janice, and I'm here to share 3 of my favorite items to relax my space. So, if you're anything like me, you're running through your days, they can get really hectic, right? You're balancing work, you could be running a business, balancing a family, and just overall competing priorities. And at the end of the day, if you're like me, it leaves you feeling a little bit stressed. And stress is the number one drivers of health conditions and diseases, and that number one hormone that we love to hate, cortisol. And what does cortisol do? It actually stores fat and we wear it in our midsection. So when I was studying to become a certified nutritionist, I went beyond the books. So while I was studying for my coursework, I also studied ancient cultures of China, India, in Egypt, just to name a few. And what I found in those cultures is that they had a common thread, and they all had some type of practice where they could balance the mind, body, and soul to reduce stress and live an overall life of healthy well-being. So over the last decade, I've taken so many tips and resources from my studies, and I'm going to be introducing them here on YouTube. But today I'm going to go into the top 3, my favorites. The first one is the Himalayan Salt lamp. The second one is Florida water. And the third one is Palo Santo. So let's get into it. So the Himalayan Salt lamp, I love the way it looks and I love the way it feels, but there are some interesting health benefits and where it comes from. So the Himalayan Salt lamp comes from the mountains of the Himalayas, and it comes from exactly what it is. It's large chunks of salt that was actually extracted from the earth, and it was actually manufactured into these beautiful looking salt lamps. And some of the top benefits of your Himalayan salt lamp are: the Himalayan salt lamp actually enhances your overall breathing, it cleanses the air, it deodorizes and also purifies the air. The Himalayan salt lamp also alleviates coughing and other common cold symptoms. It raises your energy levels, it sharpens your concentration and your performance. And the number one that I love is that it reduces your stress and promotes relaxation. So the first thing I like to do when I'm building my space is I use the Himalayan salt lamp first, and I'll plug it in. And it's almost like the building block to actually relaxing my space. I'll turn it on, it has that warm glow. I'll kind of dim the lights, and while I'm preparing my other items, it starts to release those negative ions that purify the air. So this is just a couple building blocks that I like to use. And a quirky tip that I learned about the Himalayan salt lamp, I actually threw away 2 salt lamps because I didn't know this. But when you don't turn it on frequently, it starts to leak this water salty solution. And what you have to do is you have to frequently make sure you turn your salt lamp on and keep it warm. And that warmth actually evaporates that water. So that's a quick tip for you to use. And now we'll get on to our next 2 items to relax your space. So Florida water has been around since the 1800s, and its first use was actually used as a unisex cologne. So you'll see on the front of your Florida water, it'll say Florida water cologne. Because the aroma is so fresh and tantalizing, it was used as a unisex cologne. Some of the key benefits that I love about Florida water are: Florida water acts as a cleansing property. I actually use the Florida water. I'll put some in my laundry, or I'll put some in my mop bucket to mop the floor. You can also use it as an astringent for your skin. Florida water raises your energy levels. It's a great mood enhancer, and the number one favorite benefit of Florida water is that it reduces stress. So the next thing I want to share with you about Florida water is actually how I mix the Florida water in a regular spray bottle to actually use it around the house or carry with you anywhere you go. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get your spray bottle, and you're going to empty the Florida water and fill it about halfway. And the next thing I do is get some bottled water. You can use tap water if you want, but I'm all into the purifying concept of it. So I actually fill the rest of it up with the bottled water. And you just kind of put the top back on the spray bottle, and you just kind of mix it. Make sure you put that nozzle on the spray bottle to mist, and you can just mist the air. I mist anything that has fabric, my couches. I missed the rug. I'll miss the curtains. I am all about the Florida water. And I even bought a travel size bottle of Florida water. I carry it with me in my pocketbook, and you can have it with you in the car. Sometimes when I'm stressed out, I'll go to the car and I'm just misting my Florida water. So it's all about the Florida water. And what you do is, after you light your Himalayan Salt lamp, you get your Florida water, you mist it around, take in the aroma because it raises your vibrations. It's just an automatic stress reducer. So my last item that I'm sharing, last but definitely not least, my most favorite item that I use to clear my space, and that is the Palo Santo stick. I use it in conjunction with the abalone shell because after I light it, I like to let the ashes fall into the abalone shell, and then I'll actually let it sit here. When it's lit, and the aroma just mystifies the air and just puts you in a state of bliss. So the Palo Santo stick is actually a mystical tree that grows in South America, and the Spanish word for Palo Santo is holy wood. The Palo Santo stick is part of the citrus family, so when you light it, it has a citrusy, lemon, minty aroma that just makes your space feel so relaxed. So what we're going to do now is get into a few benefits of the Palo Santo stick. It purifies the air, it enhances creativity, it helps reduce physical ailments such as colds, flus, anxiety, depression, to name a few. It's an immediate mood enhancer, and it reduces stress. It's just so many good health benefits of Palo Santo, and it's just a remarkable tool to add to your relaxing your space toolkit. Okay, so here's how I use the Palo Santo wood stick. I actually use it in conjunction with what they call an abalone shell, and I use the abalone shell to actually catch any of the ashes for safety, and for allowing the Palo Santo stick to sit after you light it and the smoke is flowing from the stick. So what you do first is you get a lighter and you light the Palo Santo stick, and you light it until the end kind of catches a low flame. And what you do is you lightly blow on the stick until you see that red forming at the end of the Palo Santo stick. And then you lightly blow it out, and then you're gonna have smoke just illuminating from the Palo Santo stick. So what I like to do is hold the stick upright and kind of just wave it around my area and just take it in and take in some deep breaths and really get into my relaxed space. And then what I do is after I wave it around and get the smoke kind of just flowing ever so gently around the area, I'll actually place it back on my abalone shell and put it on a table or on the floor next to me while I'm relaxing my space, and enjoy the mood, enjoy the space. You know, this is, self-care isn't selfish, and this is your time. So these are just a few of the many tools and tips that I've learned and used for my space over the last decade. I will be sharing more on this channel with you on how to balance your space, balance the mind, body, and soul. If you like this video, please like, and if you think someone else could benefit from it, please share it as well. I'll be posting more, so make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when I put that content out. And stay tuned because there's so much more.